I'm Pete Menting for 23 ABC, and joining me today is Donita Sparks, vocalist, guitarist for LA rock legends L7. They'll be celebrating Bricks Are Heavy's 30th anniversary with a big tour starting in October, with two LA shows, October 27th and 28th at the Regent. The 28th show is already sold out. So tell me about the tour, and is it going to be exclusively songs from Bricks Are Heavy, or will there be some added favorites mixed in there? Oh, can you turn on the audio?
Oh, okay. Can you hear me now, Peter?
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
Okay, great. Sorry about that. Yes, the second date is sold out at the Regent in LA, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't see that the first date isn't sold out yet. I think there were still tickets available last time I checked.
Yeah. You know more about our upcoming tour than I do currently. No, I'm only kidding. I get the dates confused, but we're really stoked that we have two shows in LA, kind of running up to Halloween weekend, which is always fun. And yeah, we're stoked. The one night sold out. The second one's probably going to be sold out pretty soon too. So that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it will be sold out. I mean, especially since it being a hometown gig for you.
I would hope. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
If not there, I don't know. But
I also saw that although it hasn't officially been declared, certified gold yet, you've already kind of called it. Was it one of those things where it's getting close to being gold, or is it just the record industry people are dragging their feet about it?
Well, listen, we take matters into our own hands in L7, even if it's 30 years later. So, this whole tour is based around the 30th anniversary, like you mentioned, the 30th anniversary of our album Bricks Are Heavy. And we're going to be playing it from front to back, never before done for us, which is going to be kind of intense because some of the songs on there we haven't played in many years, and they can get kind of complicated. So we're just kind of digging in and trying to get those sounding good. But yeah, and so back in the day it sold well, but it never went gold in the United States or anywhere, which is 500,000 copies. But we're just rounding it up at this point, and we just we're proclaiming it gold. And there's a reissue of it that's going to be on gold vinyl. And we recently presented Butch Vig with a gold record that said perhaps the sale of 500,000 copies, because we really don't know. We've never gotten a full accounting, but we're just going to round it up or round it down and start giving away gold records of our own to people who were involved in the record, including ourselves. We're giving ourselves gold records.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And L7 also started a Rockford Choice. And I saw that there's kind of a Bakersfield connection. Since everyone in the band wore sashes of abortion clinics that had been firebombed, and you wore one for Bakersfield. How did you find out about the firebombing, and how important was it to kind of send a message that that stuff won't be tolerated?
Well, we founded Rockford Choice, and we were doing a lot of, we played a lot of the Rockford Choice benefits, but this one particular one we were just going to host. And so we were going to go out in between bands and announce the bands and inform people about voter registration and, pro-choice issues that were going on then. And so I wanted to dress up as beauty contestants and have sashes of clinics that had been under attack or whatever. So we each came out in gowns, which of course we got at thrift stores. So we were kind of these low rent wannabe beauty queens. And a friend of ours and associate at the Feminist Majority Foundation, who we partnered up with to do the Rockford Choice shows, she chose the names of the cities and distributed the sashes and made those sashes, which were awesome. And whenever we post a photo of it, it's like, why are those cities on your, and they were selected by the Feminist Majority Foundation to be represented.
Okay. And in light of this year's overturning of Roe v. Wade, do you think Rockford Choice will be back to kind of fight to win back some of those rights?
Well, Rockford Choice is available for anybody to jump on and do a benefit show. It's always existed. We've actually had to hold on to that copyright because it has tried to be stolen from the feminist majority by evil forces. Because people, people do that. They wait for the copyright to expire, and then they grab the name and then use it for the opposite purposes of what it was actually started out for. So it still exists. Anybody can do a benefit. Just call the Feminist Majority Foundation and they'll give you, help you out with some assets and stuff. At this time, we're not sure what we're going to do. But I think it would be great if some younger artists picked up that baton. I think we were always hoping that younger artists would pick up the baton when we handed, and we kind of handed off the baton to no one. So it was like other benefits started to happen, like Free Tibet and these other big concerts, and Rockford Choice kind of, diminished. But, things diminish and then things get overturned, don't they? So, you've got to stay diligent with this stuff. So we're hoping some younger artists will pick up that baton, and also some huge artists would pick up that baton, because I think that would be the most effective, especially artists who have a huge young female audience, a lot of pop stars and stuff. I think that would be incredibly effective, far more effective than we would be. So, that would be awesome if they did that. We are on this tour, we're doing something that we've never done before. We're having these, they're called meet and greets, and we're letting fans in, for little extra cash to come in and watch our sound check and then do an intimate Q&A with us. And part of the proceeds of that is going to an organization called, I think it's called Jane's Room, Jane's Place. Anyway, they help women who with abortion services, help them along. So I feel terrible. I don't remember the exact name, but we are giving a portion of the proceeds to a pro-choice organization.
Having been a band with a lot of longevity, as L7 has, have you ever played in Bakersfield before?
I'm not sure if we played in Bakersfield, but you know what? I'm going to tell you something. And this is why I'm so excited to talk to you today and to Bakersfield, because there was a moment. Okay, I've been around the world touring. I've been blessed to be able to do that. I'll tell you, the only place that I've ever been hot was in Bakersfield. And it was one night, and I went to see Buck Owens with some friends at the Crystal Palace. And my hair was this is about 20 years ago, my hair was kind of bouffanted, like a messy bouffant in ponytails, kind of a hee-haw girl look. And I do know how to two-step. So a gentleman asked me to dance, which never happens. And, he had a cowboy hat on and stuff. And so we're two-stepping around the dance floor. And then I went out to have a cigarette, and two gentlemen callers followed me out. And one of them started telling me how many heads of cattle he had. And the other one started telling me how many acres he had. And I was like, oh my God, I think I'm hot in Bakersfield. I could possibly move to Bakersfield and marry a rich guy. But then I was like, are these guys really legit? Probably not, but whatever. For an evening, I was hot in Bakersfield, seeing the fabulous Buck Owens at the Crystal Palace. So I've got a true love of Bakersfield.
That's awesome.
Yeah, hot in Bakersfield. Who's got two thumbs? And was hot in Bakersfield for a night. This gal. Sorry to throw you off there. You weren't expecting
No,
it.
it's all good. It's great hearing stories like that,
Yeah. No, it was amazing. So makes a gal feel good if she's hot somewhere.
Yeah, for sure. Having watched the Pretend We're Dead documentary, did the film kind of get the band back together, or had it kind of been in the works previously to that?
Well, it kind of coincided with the band getting back together because I was thinking about doing a documentary, putting together some home movie footage that we had. We had a lot of like assets, that were really cool and like very time stamped and just really great footage from the 90s and stuff that we shot ourselves. And I started reaching out to the band members via email. Hey, would you be interested in contributing, doing a video interview or an audio interview? And we were all like, let's just do audio interviews, make it very evocative of the era instead of a lot of talking heads, but we did get some famous people to be talking heads. But so Pretend We're Dead came out and it got really good reviews. It didn't get, huge distribution or anything like that, but it's on Amazon Prime and fans love it. And also other artists love it because I think we go a little emotionally deep on it, which not a lot of bands tell the truth of being in a band that is, struggles to carry on, over finances and the music industry, grind you up, grind you out kind of life story of a band. So, it's really good. It's called Pretend We're Dead and you can watch it on L7 Pretend We're Dead and you can watch it on Amazon.
And Scatter the Rest was such a great album, despite, I know that there was problems that arose from pledged music.
Yeah. Oy vey.
Yeah. Are L7 looking at recording a new album? And what does the future of the band hold, do you think?
We've got a new single coming out really soon. We're trying to figure out how to distribute it. We may distribute it ourselves just because there's some platforms coming up that I don't know. We've done that before in a traditional record label sense, but now we may just drop it while it's hot in Bakersfield and see what happens and just kind of do it in a more sort of surprise gift kind of way or just something kind of interesting. But that may be coming out in within the month. But so that's cool. And then I think probably down in the future we'll do projects that are that come our way, and whether that's a single or an EP or an album, not sure, but it's fun making music, and it's just hard to get us all together, at the same time. Everybody's got different stuff going on, so we're not as full time of a band as we were back in the day. But so if we can all get focused, we can get some more music out.
Okay. Cool. What was it like being in John Waters' Serial Mom, and how did the opportunity come about?
Well, John Waters is one of our favorite directors collectively as a band. And we love, he's so subversive and funny and great. And he contacted us actually with a script. He wanted us to play Camel Lips, and we wrote a song in the character of Camel Lips. And it was a really surreal experience. We all went to Baltimore and we're in these costumes that were outrageous. And with Kathleen Turner and Mink Stoll and some of the John Waters regulars, and then some legit movie stars, so that was a interesting hybrid even in his career, because he was doing the big stars with his usual camp of fabulous underground stars. Yeah.
L7 has also been hugely influential. How do you feel about, so many bands kind of picking up on your music, and how are you able to connect with those bands?
Wow. I think every band has its own recipe, and I don't think anybody's quite gotten our recipe. And, it's like the Colonel Sanders. We're like the Colonel Sanders of grunge or something. Like, we've got this recipe that and everybody has their, Colonel Sanders, but ours is a certain thing that I think has been influential. But a lot of bands that are inspired by us, they go on to make their own recipes, and we're just part of the mix, so it's a really cool thing to be recognized, though, and to talk to you, and to people still care, and we get some props, which is really nice, because we didn't make the long green, so it's nice to at least get some props from our peers and from younger kids, and even in some academic circles, we're getting some props. So that's pretty mind-blowing and cool too.
Yeah, definitely.